Should you be considering a medication break, a medication holiday? I'd like to talk to you about some of the pros and cons before you'd finally make a decision. Is it a wise thing to do to actually stop medications, weekends, or during the holidays? Now, for many of parents who have children who take medication, it's a fact of life. You've got to give it every day. There's a huge amount of responsibility giving medication, as well as older teens and young adults taking their medication. So, how do you approach that decision? And what are some of the factors that make parents decide to stop medication? In a recent survey, they looked at reasons, and 64% of parents said it affected the appetite. That was the most important consideration. They wanted to stop the medicine so their child caught up with their medicine. 60% said that they wanted to see actually whether their child had improved. Maybe they don't need the medicine. And then, of course, almost 58% of parents said actually the medication's only there for school. We want to only give the medication because it's a school problem. My child at home during the holidays doesn't need to kind of sit down and learn. So the medication is not that necessary. And then, 52% of children said that actually maybe, they don't really want to take it. They don't like the side effects. They don't like the way that makes them feel different. It doesn't make me feel like myself. I can't play my sport. I don't have the energy. So those are important things to think about. So drug holidays, do they actually work? Well, to some degree, there's some logic in that. If a child is having a lot of side effects, there's a lot of difficulty taking the medication, there's an expense issue, you know, and sometimes, parents are separated. One parent doesn't want to give the medication. So there are some reasons, but never stop the medication unless talking to an expert about it. I've seen some dangerous consequences. I remember during the lockdown, during COVID, a parent stopped the medication. Their child was impulsive, busy, made kind of unsort of thought out kind of decisions and started to play, fell out of trees, children, impulsive, doing crazy things. I've seen children have serious injuries. So those are things that you've got to think about. Non-accidental injuries in children are huge. And so another way to kind of think about this is that, if you stop the medication, can you properly determine whether it really helps or doesn't help your child? During the holidays, when you stop the medication, your child's not going to be under the same circumstances. They're not going to necessarily be able to tell you whether it's helping. Some children that have that inattentive ADHD, those that have inattention don't always display those symptoms. Remember, the medication is helping your child learn and helping them change their brain. It helps with emotional regulation, self-esteem, not being as scattered, having their kind of thought pattern together, socializing, sport. It makes a massive difference. Some parents seem to think, well, the side effects are so sort of bad that I need to stop it at certain times. And I think there are some reasons. Some children develop motor tics, kind of a side effect sometimes of ADHD and medication making it worse. So some parents worry about the side effects and they're worried, so they just stop the medicine and wait until the teacher complains or there's a problem. What I would say is write down the pros and cons, discuss this with an expert, with your doctor who understands that, chat to the teacher. Don't decide to suddenly stop something that can be life-changing. If these are things that you're worried about, contact us. We often are very happy to help parents make that decision. It's not a cookie cutter blanket decision for every child. Your child is unique and needs a specific set of circumstances and advice.